it was, when did I get? 2016, 17 or something.
Oh, that's old.
Yeah.
Oh, that one. This one, screen touch, right?
Yes,
Screen.
yes.
I remember that. That's old.
Yes.
Laptop, after 3 years, slowly the performance comes down.
Yeah, so the Wipro guys was contacting me and asking me to come, and they said the new laptop is ready for me. Come and collect. Said I'll come on 3rd Jan. But then every day, 2-3 times this laptop crashes. So I don't know when it will fully conk off.
Yeah, it can happen, Lata. Anytime it might happen. So it is better you go within this week and change and come back.
Within this week, I should reach Bangalore, right?
Right. You are still in Trivandrum. Yes, correct.
Correct. So on Wednesday is the 41st day. So we have to go to one temple.
Okay.
There is one Parashuram temple here, Tiruvalla.
Okay.
There we have to do the Bedi Tarpana. So on that day I will not join. The next day morning I will be traveling to Bangalore. So then also I will not join.
So Wednesday, Thursday, let us give off.
Actually, I am also planning to go to native place.
Okay.
So then we'll do one thing.
Yes.
Then
Around that.
Yeah, then we'll do one thing. We'll meet tomorrow and then off till
Yeah,
next Monday.
that is better.
Yeah. Fine.
And that is the most ideal thing. Anyway, tomorrow.
Monday we will be coming to office, right? Yeah, we can meet in office as well.
Yeah, correct. I was wondering if everybody will be enthusiastic on 3rd Jan, there will be a rush at office.
But it's only ABB rush, na? I don't think other companies will operate like us.
No, they are all starting in January. All the companies are operating on January 3rd.
Is it?
Yes.
Ooh.
You will have a traffic jam on 3rd of January for sure.
That's
Yeah,
the
because
Q1, there will be consolidation happening. Many people, those who don't like going to office because of family and all this age, they will start thinking of changing after getting their increments. Not ABB, I'm talking about all companies. Now people think that because of Omicron, okay, they will call, then again they will make us to work from home. That's what people are thinking.
No, that might happen.
People have not. Yeah.
That might happen very soon. Now, 27th onwards, they are going for curfew, right?
When 27th?
That is today. From tonight. From tonight.
Night curfew.
Yeah, 2 weeks night curfew. If the number of cases of Omicron and this Delta variant is going to cross 500 total in Karnataka, then they will go for lockdown.
Full lockdown, huh?
It will be 2 weeks lockdown.
really?
Yes. So that is what the government is planning to do.
Then if I go to native place, I will have a problem, huh?
No, you will not have a problem because you are within Karnataka. It is only about outside Karnataka. So let's say Lata is going to come after 14 days from today. So that is a doubtful case. It depends on number of cases in Karnataka and number of cases in Kerala. Now it is increasing, right?
Now it is increasing.
Yeah. So it might so happen that the government might again say that it should be work from home. So many people are anticipating that by Jan end, we all will be working from home.
I think that is very likely. The way it is spreading.
Yes.
This is spreading much faster than the normal COVID.
Correct. So February will peak up. So they are expecting 1 lakh cases a day.
Oh.
When that is going to happen? After
February.
Sankranti?
February.
No, I'm talking about the full lockdown.
Full lockdown, it depends on the 500, when it is going to touch 500. For 7 days, it should be in 500s. And then there will be 2 week lockdown. So the expectation is by 10th of January, it might touch 500. Now it is around 380 or something like that.
Oh, it's so close.
Yeah, it is not too far away.
My daughter's return ticket is on 13th, I think. will it have impact?
I don't think so. That will impact, but as long as she has, I think she would have taken the booster dose also while in the US.
Booster not taken.
Okay, but 2 vaccinations are done, right?
Two yes, that is done.
Anyway, she has to do the RT-PCR again before leaving.
That also will happen, not an issue.
Yeah, so that wouldn't cause a problem. It only causes a problem when the number of cases goes to around 40,000, 50,000 per day in India, and then the international airlines will be stopped. So then nobody can fly back. That happening is they're anticipating by April.
By April, okay.
So the thing is that last year, February to September, we had a problem of Delta. They are saying that from February to September 2022, you will have the same problem. After October, it will become all right. And another variant is going to come by then, by November.
Oh, what? This is a never-ending story.
Yes, so they have given list till 2029 March.
Is it?
Oh.
This one is not deadly. The next one or that next one would be having a problem. If it mutates in a different way, then there's a problem. If it mutates in the way what they're anticipating, so by 2025, they should find relief with all this vaccination booster and all that.
Then our children, next generation, their education system will be totally different.
Yeah, so like I'm expecting my son's education will, by 60 also, he wouldn't have completed his college when I turned 60. Because in February 24th is his exam. Okay, so if the lockdown starts on if that Omicron that increases to 50,000 per day, then they're anticipating by 10th of February it will be like that. And if it is true, if it happens that way, then there is no exam, so they'll cancel the exams. So he will be in second year until September 2022.
Oh, they lose 1 year, huh?
He's already lost 1 year, so he will be losing the second year also.
My God! But it is not happened to engineering.
When these guys have to go and write they have to do practical, right? They cannot take exam without practical.
Oh. That is very dangerous.
So 9 years will go like this. So the 5.5 year course will become like 12, 13 years.
But they will find some solution also for that.
No, you can't, right? Both MBBS and all the medical, they cannot have any virtual. They can have theoretical virtual class, but practically they have to be in hospital. But then they cannot have exam. So we don't know where this is going to. If it is true the way it is predicted based upon the statistics, then 2029 this will end.
29 is 8 years.
Yeah, another 7 years to go from 2022.
By then, world will deal in a totally different way.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, let's come back to Vivekachudamani, forgetting all about this.
Yeah.
So now we looked into that 362nd verse. So now 363rd verse is that transition, how it happens from savikalpa to nirvikalpa. Nirantara abhyasa vashat tat itham pakvam manaha brahmani liyati yada tada samadhihi savikalpa varjitaha swataha advaya ananda rasa anubhavakaha. So this is a very beautiful verse to show that how the mind which is having vikalpa goes away. If it goes away, then it doesn't have any conditions at all. So let's understand what it means. It means that just like we spoke about Omicron and this one, I think we spent around 8-10 minutes on that. This is the vikalpa. So now without imagination, we cannot get that at all. So now as we discussed about education that is imagined. Then we discussed about the disease that is imagined, and using statistics and mathematical computation model, they say that it is up till 2029. So we did all of that in the kalpana. Okay, this is the laukika kalpana. That is the worldly imagination. So now that creates fear. And also it creates anxiety, stress, and all these kind of things. What if somebody were to offer this, the disease or whatever it is, to Krishna? What would have happened? That person wouldn't have had any problem at all, because he'll say that any disease coming is due to Krishna, and any disease not coming is also due to Krishna. Any sorrow is also due to Krishna, and any happiness is also due to Krishna. If we could do something like that all the time, and any person we are seeing is Krishna, and any person who is going away is Krishna, like that, if we were to really meditate in that way, now what happens? This gets established. Krishna gets established. Now COVID has got established in our mind. Instead of COVID, we can get the savikalpa getting established. Here, if we were to compare between the here the problem, what we can see in the worldly things is that none of it is guaranteed, and everything causes worry. Like, my son's education can become a worry if this disease is not going to go away. That means every year he might be in the same state unless the government does something, or that that university does something. There is no relief. What if I drop this? Because it's of no use. It's whether he finishes his education or not. How does it really matter? Number one. Number two, I am earning for the family. If that is true, how does it really matter whether he has to be working on his own and whatever it is? So what could happen? The best thing that could happen is that there is no difference between me and my son and wife, knowing that for sure, then nobody is working for anybody. We all are working for that Krishna or Rama or whatever that I want to offer this to. So if we can or if I can stay in that way, what happens? The worldly imagination is gone. That means there is no world. So now I am in Savikalpa Samadhi. because now I am offering the exam not being there is also Krishna, and exam being there is also Krishna. He writing and coming is also Krishna. He not writing and coming is also Krishna. I working for an organization is also Krishna. Not able to work is also Krishna. The salary or the remuneration I am making is also Krishna. So like that, if I were to really see it, then I'm mind for the entire day and night is in Savikalpa Samadhi. Now what happens due to that? If that gets sustained for a long period of time, then what we call as a miracle starts to happen. Then the consciousness is pure and bright. So what it does is that whatever is imagined becomes the reality. So miraculously, I am seeing Krishna throughout the day and throughout the night. And so if I think that I need protection, then Krishna is there, he will protect the family. If I think that I need to be working because of this COVID issue and money is required and all that, and Krishna makes sure that the job is there. So now everything is offered to Krishna. So in this way, a person can change from the worldly existence to a non-worldly existence, which is Krishna. Okay, this is one level, very good. So what happens is, at the time of death, I am going to enter into Krishna Loka, which is far better than being born in this place. Because I have removed all the Bhava Bandhana for the existence as a sensual being, with enjoying with five senses and trying to have a wife and son and daughter and this and that. So instead of that, I am completely, eliminated the need of being here. Now, but this has a problem. The problem here is, after that punya is exhausted, that is of Krishna, whenever that is, can be in million years or trillion years or whatever that it can sustain, the energy is dissipating, so it keeps on dissipating. So when that dissipation is happening, it can come back to the same or a different existence. So this is the problem in Savikalpa Samadhi. So two-step approach. First step approach is to identify that there is no wife and husband and children and money and all that, and then keep on doing just because you have been given a role, and offer everything to Krishna. So Krishna Arpanamastu, totally agreeing to it. So that gives a way out of coming from the samsaric way of existence to Savikalpa Samadhi. The first step. Having lived in that for a good amount of time, mastered it to such a way that all the miracles are happening, which are called as siddhis. So it starts to happen. Now it's time to move from Savikalpa to Nirvikalpa. Now to do that Nirvikalpa, somebody should have experienced, or I should have experienced the Savikalpa. Or at least I should know how Savikalpa works, not as an intellectual person, but as an real experiencer. If that is true, then what happens? Then the Nirvikalpa transition happens. So when the Nirvikalpa transition happens, Varjitaha, Savikalpa Varjitaha, that means it stops. Swataha Advaya Ananda Rasa Anubhavaktaha. So now there is nothing to imagine. Okay, when there is nothing to be imagined, neither the world exists nor the Krishna Loka also exists. So only one thing exists, that is Brahman. And the entire Jagat filled with imagination is completely wiped out. So this is how we need to practice. Any questions?
So first we need to get into Savikalpa Samadhi, then only we can go to Nirvikalpa Samadhi.
Yes, yes. You can't
We
jump.
cannot
No, you can't.
directly go.
No way. So just like Lata, you were trying to inculcate to your mother while dying to think about Krishna.
Yes.
In all the situation, the Krishna is there, then she is in Savikalpa Samadhi. At the time of death, she will be very happy because the Vikalpa is happening. That Vikalpa is Krishna. So she sees Krishna. So the consciousness gets established in Krishna now.
Right.
So the ISKCON, what is there? International School for Krishna Consciousness, that is correct. The CON is correct or KON is correct. You leave the first two international school, but Krishna consciousness is correct. You will get established in Krishna, for sure.
Yeah.
Because there is no death, you are already in Krishna. So there is only the body breaks down. So the person is dying at peace. But there is a problem. It comes back. Because the Krishna is imagined in the mind. So after finishing that existence, it has to come back wherever the next imagination is, right?
Right.
So it gets established. So the objective is not to have the consciousness getting established anywhere. And that is called Nirvikalpa. No imagination. So first is we have to drop this office and home and children and money and father, mother, brother, sister, myself, husband, this, that, all of that. So that is not possible. And for that you require bhakti. Because now the self has to surrender. The self has only these views, right? My husband and my wife and my son, my daughter, and this and that. I will go to this place, I'll go to that place. All of this is the movement of the mind. So it will not facilitate, no matter how much a person tries, to get into bhakti. Because his or her bhakti is only on this worldly things. Here also it's bhakti only, but it's on the worldly. So the consciousness again gets established in the same place. So if there's punya phala, there is good enjoyment. If there's a papa phala, then there is suffering. See, in a day, how many times are we thinking about family? If we really see, we are doing savikalpa of that.
Yeah, correct. So one day you analyze how much time you are spending on thinking on what.
Yes.
Then it becomes obvious to you what you are thinking. And there you will reach.
Exactly.
There will not be any doubt.
Yes. So there is no point, there is no, like you said, doubt, right? So there is, one can see for oneself where the next life is going to be. They don't have to
Right.
really predict. See, like yesterday example. So Bhatt had sent that link and I was watching the video of the Homa. Okay, now that is a good thing. Absolutely good thing. So better than the family, this Homa is better. Because your mind is away, the mind is away from the family obligations. So for 4 hours, the mind is in, let's say the person is into the mantra. He or she would be totally involved in mantra. So then it's created Savikalpa Samadhi at that instance. Now let's say one person dies while reciting, he has a heart attack. And let's say that mind holds that mantra. What will happen? He will be reborn in a family who are reciting mantra.
Correct.
That's all will happen. Nothing else is going to happen. Okay. No other thing is going to happen. Now, I hate this mantra. Let's say I watch it and I don't like it and I feel, why are they doing all of this? It's of no use and this and that. Now what will happen? I will be reborn in a place where they hate any one of these, one. Or two, I might be born in a place where hatredness is the greatest. Or I might be born in a place where it is an animal or a different kind of being itself instead of a human. So if I were to sit and hate, then my next existence is in the hatred. So there is no point in hating something. In the same way, getting into a liking, I love this, then again I'm attaching to it. So I again come back to the same place. So we should not allow the consciousness to get established anywhere. That's all what it is. That is nirvikalpa. So right now where we are, we can find out.
So what if when you're dying moment, you are establishing that I sense?
So I sense, you get, anyway we have that I, right? That I is there forever.
Yeah, right.
So I become Brahma. So that is the reason in the starting point of Vivekachudamani, the Shankaracharya starts, right? He says that from the Brahma realm to the lowest of the Naraka, it is the same.
Yeah. So if you are in the I sense, you will be establishing Brahma.
Yes.
Okay.
I sense is Brahma, so that consciousness gets a footing as Brahma. Because of the meditation or that samadhi state of Savikalpa Samadhi, it will get established as Brahma. Whereas when it goes to the lowest form, it will enter into hell. Because it has made, the mind has made itself as hell. So it will establish itself as hell. Okay. So that is what we can see. So right now, three of us, at this moment itself, we can see where we are going. We don't have to guess. The time we spend on whatever we are spending will show for sure where we are heading to. But you want to comment anything?
But you are muted.
Yeah, he is muted.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. No, I was carefully listening to this conversation. Yeah. The first one is samsara. Then to move from samsara to nirvikalpa, you have to go through savikalpa. That is my understanding. Because during that Homa time, I was talking to some people. They have good about this Advaita. And the savikalpa, like Krishna Prajna or what, Lata's mother, she has done, or my mother, they're all in that category. Savikalpa only for them, they knew. Beyond which going is nothing but a Shankaracharya's teaching. That is very tough for a common human being unless he is regularly practicing this. So most of the people are ending up with the Savikalpa. But Savikalpa, yes, they have, I think, good hold on that through Yajna, Yaga, and Tapaha, Karma, and all this put together, and telling truth. And most of the things we are following. But Nirvikalpa, again, other day, I was talking about that with you. Some discussions happened. Nirvikalpa is not that easy, my understanding. And for that, sitting middle of the samsara, achieving is equivalent to I am in care market, but I am a pure person, something like that. That sound will be there. Samsara will be there. And rotten things will be there around us. And, they will come and trouble us. And we have to deal with that. Extra effort goes in that. If you are a part of the samsara. If you are not a part of samsara, I think most probably the mamukshitva, either truly mamukshitva, or it is nothing but going away from people and you managing on your own. Those days people used to do it, going to, maybe they used to say, I'm going to North Kashi Yatra or something. That is also Savikalpa only. But if you go away from samsara, then that is much easier to achieve, is my understanding. Easier. I don't say that sitting in the samsara is not possible. It may be possible. But it is called samsara still.
That is correct, but the problem here we need to look at this way. Samsara is also in the mind. No samsara is also there in the mind. So you can't go anywhere. Basically...
No, see, Raghavendra Swami example, correct. He was completely perfect samsari.
Correct.
Everything, whatever he thought he that is needed for him, he achieved it. But later on, I think his mind is totally changed to other side. Nirvikalpa.
No, it didn't change to other side. Actually, what happened is, if you have read through his story, it's like this. So he got a vision saying that, when will you come and meet me? Okay, and he kept on getting that dream. And he was not able to progress because of his wife. So what he did is that then he felt that he should go and find out this dream or this vision, what is happening, what is having.
Yeah.
Then he went away from home. So two things happened, right? One, the vision came where? In his mind only.
Mind.
Okay. Where did he go? In his mind only.
Everything is mind.
Everything. So where did he run away then? He did not go anywhere.
But is he not finally achieved Nirvikalpa? He was still in Savikalpa only?
Even now he is in Savikalpa, right? He has said that until 700
my understanding was he is Nirvikalpa.
No. If it is Nirvikalpa, but see what did he say in the end?
Okay, then my question is, if a person in Savikalpa reaching that level of what do you call purity in spirituality, but that is the highest level of Savikalpa. Can I say that way?
Yes, that's correct. See now, like
for
I
him,
said,
Nirvikalpa is maybe the next step. That's it, easy.
Easy or difficult, we don't know. What I'm trying to say is that even in the case of Ramkrishna Paramahamsa, he was not able to get into Nirvikalpa at all.
Yes, correct.
So what happened in Totapuri then, that saint, he touched Ramakrishna's forehead. Then he went into a complete samadhi for 5 days.
Yes.
And he was not able to get out of it at all. Because there was no vikalpa.
Yes.
That is nirvikalpa. Everything stops. Time and space is not there. See, the thing is, intellectually I might know what is savikalpa and nirvikalpa. Intellectually means using the buddhi.
Yes.
But dropping the buddhi will drop the manas itself. Then there is no vikalpa.
There is no vikalpa, correct.
Now there is no you at all.
Yes.
Without you, the consciousness cannot get established anywhere.
Yes.
Now coming to Swami Raghavendra, is that he went into Swasharira Brindavana. That means he was aware that he is going to leave his body. But then he said that I will be there in this place for 700 years.
That means Savikalpa only, that 700 years.
Yes, absolutely, right? Otherwise, there is no point in going and meeting him, right? So now...
Okay. If he's in Savikalpa for 700 years, but for moksha again you need body?
No, now that is another thing which we can cover it up some other time. There is no need for getting the body at all. You can pass away from there itself.
Is it?
It is possible. But for that, first you should experience what is Savikalpa. Intellectually, we cannot really say anything because now there is no demonstrative evidence, right?
Yeah, you cannot demonstrate also.
Cannot demonstrate. So what they say is that he was earlier Prahlada, then he got into this life and he becomes Sri Raghavendra, something like that. So now nobody knows what is he going to become next.
Yeah.
So this becomes a speculation, which makes no sense. So what we need to do is that we need to look at it in two ways. Number one is that what is that we are doing today? We are involved in the world, which is a vikalpa. See, now as many times a person comes in front of me, I am going to recognize that person as a wife or a husband or a daughter or a son or a neighbor or this or that. So there is savikalpa.
Yeah. Yes.
And we are in samadhi. Otherwise you cannot recognize.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Now this will take where? It will take to the same. Again, you will get a wife, you will get a husband, you will get a daughter, you will get a son, you will get salary, you will get job, you will get food, you will get all of that, right? Now that you will get it more or less is dependent on the punya phala. See, let's take another good example. Now there are people who are doing a lot of manual labor. So when compared, and they are earning less. So they work for 12 hours and they earn very less. Whereas all of us at this point in time, we are working from home and we are enjoying our life. We are also working, but that work is with enjoyment, and because we have got such a merit, and then we are paid more than what those manual labor people are doing. So if we were to work for 12 hours, we get much more than what those people are earning. So this can include a degree person also. That means he has done his basic qualification and all that, but he couldn't get a job and then he is still doing a manual labor.
Yeah.
That is how it is. So basically all of us have done good amount of punya wherein there is no deprivement even for a day, and that is savikalpa of a lowest level.
Correct. You are enjoying that.
You are enjoying it, no? Now what if it's the highest level? Then you enjoy with Krishna. But that is still savikalpa.
Correct. That is also same thing. Similar. You are sitting in one place and enjoying.
You are sitting in one place and enjoying. Now there is no deprivation. So whatever you want, Krishna is going to bring and give it to you.
Yes.
So you are hungry and you want some food, he will go fetch food and give it to you.
But the Krishna is the same, your mind only.
Yes.
Part of your mind.
Yes, that is what it is. So that we don't understand. And since we don't understand, it is called Dvaita.
Yeah, we only created Krishna and we only trying to enjoy that.
Just like we only created the job, we only created the family, we only created everything. Now you are enjoying or suffering the family.
Correct.
So this is Savikalpa. The problem is Savikalpa is Brahman Satya Jagat Satya.
Yes.
So Madhvacharya is 100% right. It's not only at the samsaric level, even at the highest level, it is not possible. So I believe in Krishna, or I believe in Rama, I believe in this person, that person, or whatever it is, and I'm getting a lot of psychic power because of that. So I am in Savikalpa Samadhi. So what's the difference between my current way of living and that way of living? In the current way of living, there is no psychic power. There is power, but there is no psychic power. Psych means mind. So there is no mental power to create anything other than what we are really doing at this point in time with 5 senses. That's all what we can do at the max. So then the 6th sense, what we call as the 6th sense or intuition, is Savikalpa Samadhi of a higher level than the normal level. So now you will start to say that, oh, so if somebody were to die, I will get a message. Or if some baby is getting born, I get a message. I am able to hear some divine sounds. I am able to see some divine sights. All that is part of...
Oh, that is the power of
mind.
Savikalpa.
Yes, power of Savikalpa. And then you will be able to change your body. You are able to become 2 instead of 1.
Yes.
So I can exist here and I can exist some other place also. But it is again coming out of the imagination only.
Imagination.
Now I get addicted to it, right?
Because that is luxury.
Yes. So what is better now? Rather than going by car, sitting for so many hours and reaching office, what if I have a Savikalpa Samadhi, I will stay at home and send somebody to the office, right, on 3rd of January.
Yeah.
Who will exactly do what he was doing. But that is a virtual one. But nobody knows that it is virtual. So I don't have to go anywhere. So there is no traffic, there is
Okay,
nothing.
now this Savikalpa Samadhi, any luxury which is coming now to us is lowest level of Savikalpa Samadhi. See, for a given effort, the results are different. That is because of the karma. Which means if I put the effort now, that punyam, I am able to enjoy everything now, or it is also split, something now and something in the next
It
janma.
depends on the conditions, but if the condition matches right now, you are going to enjoy that right now. Like
That means Olle Desha. We say na that's good Shukra Desha. Something similar
correct.
to
So
that.
now
It is immediate.
yesterday you attended that Homa. The fruit of that can be immediate or it can be later. So you can't say it will be immediate, you can't say it will be later. It depends on the condition.
Yes.
If the condition matches or the situation matches, it might happen right now. So let's say whatever the mano kamana you have, or the whatever wish you have in your mind while this Homa was happening, if the condition matches, it will immediately manifest.
So that depends again my karma. If my karma was good, the karma was good, and now what I am doing is also good, the phala will be positive.
Immediate.
There are two things coming together. One is because of the Purva Janma karma, another is what is happening present.
Both taken together, you will get the fruit of action.
Yeah. Clear.
So you will be enjoying or suffering because of that. Nirvikalpa
Yeah,
is...
that is right. If I go and hit somebody, I will also receive the same thing back.
Yes. So Nirvikalpa is that you are not going to have anything at all. No imagination.
Nirvikalpa means dropping everything. There is nothing here.
Yes.
No Homa. That Shankaracharya's Nirvana should come.
Correct.
Nothing there.
Correct. When
But the last part is very important there. What I am.
Yes. So if there is nothing there, then what happens? Nothing get established.
Nothing is there, nothing is there. So that believing that nothing is there is very important.
And that is what is called as
Belief
shunya.
is savikalpa.
Yes.
Belief is savikalpa. And the result of that is nirvikalpa.
No, it's not like that. The
So
belief.
don't you think that I have to believe? See, the religion or mata is nothing but belief, except the sanatana. Sanatana is experiential. All other is belief. I have to believe that there is somebody called God. I have somebody called some prophet or something. But our sanatana is experiential. So if I believe that there is something called nirvikalpa and savikalpa, till the belief goes away, you will not reach nirvikalpa. But savikalpa possible with the belief.
Yes. With the belief system, savikalpa is possible. That would be the only end result. Even now we are in savikalpa, I wanted to say.
Yeah, we are that luxury part of savikalpa.
No, not only luxury. No, not only luxury. Every experience, what you're getting through five senses is savikalpa only.
Yeah, I think all these in the earth plane, the human beings have created a collective reality using their collective imagination
Correct.
and created this loka.
Pleasure and pain. Pain is also savikalpa.
Everything what you are experiencing but through five senses is savikalpa at a very lowest level. Highest level is sixth sense where the intuition works.
So intuition is what? Intuition is savikalpa or nirvikalpa?
All are savikalpa only. There is nothing called as intuition. There is nothing called as forth-sightedness. There is nothing called as I'm seeing God or anything like that. All are vikalpa only, imagination.
Okay, it is clear now. It is clear.
But now the question comes, the quality. Husband, wife, house, and furniture and all that is lowest. Being with Krishna or with Hari or with something is the highest. That's all. Both are vikalpa. This is we can use something like lokiya vikalpa, alokika vikalpa. So lokiya vikalpa is going to school and doing getting the knowledge and getting certification, doing this, doing that, getting a job, marrying, having children, blah blah. All that is lokiya, worldly. Alaukika is being with whatever God you have in your mind. So if you believe in Shiva, you are with Shiva. If you are believing in Rama, you are with Rama. If you are believing in Krishna, you are with Krishna all the time. And they will then help you to get whatever you want at that point in time in your mind.
There is nothing called they, right? It is only again my savikalpa thinking.
Yes, but you will feel they are doing it.
So that way, imagining, say, in front of me, my parents are there now in their life. That is called savikalpa. And after death, the memory is there. That is also savikalpa.
No, the parents are there, my brother is there, my daughter is there, my son is there. Is lokiya vikalpa. It is savikalpa only, but lokiya, worldly. It is not spiritual. It is completely lokiya. Whereas going beyond, transcending that, and believing that the father and the mother and brother and sister and daughter and son, etc., are also Krishna only, is highest, which is alaukika. So one you have laukika savikalpa, another one is alaukika savikalpa. So which is better? Alaukika is better or laukika is better? Alaukika. But then there is a problem. What's the problem there? The problem here is, if I have Laukika, I will be reborn in the same existence. If I am having Alaukika, I will be reborn in that existence. So it will create an illusion. That's the reason Maya is there. So the reason why Maya is used is, it establishes the connection at that point in time. Whatever is imagined will get into reality. So now I am really with
through Panchabhutas.
Through Panchabhuta. So what will happen? Through the Panchabhuta and the 5 senses, that is Panchendriya, I am able to experience Rama or Krishna or whatever I have imagined. After exhaustion of that energy, where it will come? Wherever the next imagination is. So this is the problem with Savikalpa.
So Savikalpa will have all the relationship.
Yes, sir.
Savikalpa is samsara. Savikalpa is samsara.
Savikalpa is both samsara and alaukika samsara. So there is laukika samsara and alaukika samsara.
Clear. Got it. One is that what you can see, experience, feel. Another is what you think, mind.
No.
That means Sukshma and Gross, both.
Both, yes. Whereas Nirvikalpa is, there is nothing called relationship.
There is nothing for Kalpana. That is Nirvi.
Yes.
No imagination. When you have no imagination, that means the mind is not used. It's transparent.
Yes.
When it is not used, it is Nirvikalpa.
That is all.
I think very clear. The concept is very clear now.
Yes. So every
And all of a sudden, you cannot reach Nirvikalpa because you have to drop your mind. Because you have mind now. That's the reason you are there. In Jagrata Avastha. In Jagrata Avastha, dropping mind is nothing but prayatna. That is called this sort of Shama Damadhi, Shat Sampatti, right?
Correct. So if you drop the mind in waking state, in Jagrata Avastha, it is called Turiya. Which is Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Simple.
Yes, Turiya is Nirvikalpa.
Now what happens at the time of death? It will not get established anywhere. So it will get extinguished. That energy will get extinguished. That's all.
So that is the reason I have understood now. What is there during your last time, during when you leave this earth, is very important.
Yes.
Suppose a person he dies because of accidents or whatever. So you need to have that prajna all the time.
Correct. Very true.
So kalmasha has to be removed. Kalmasha called samsara kalmasha.
Correct.
Yeah. So who can remove is our own mind. So called, if you say that God or Goddess will come and help me, is nothing but my own mind taking me to purity.
Absolutely.
And mind is there all the time. Only in this janma, through my intellect, Viveka, through my gross body, all put together, these instruments, all put together is one faculty, we can achieve.
Yeah.
But you have mentioned, maybe you can cover later, Raghavendra Swami's example. It is also possible when you leave your body, in that state also it is possible to achieve moksha. That is a new thing which you have touched today. Maybe you can discuss tomorrow.
Yeah, we will discuss on that tomorrow. But this clarity you need to have, that right now also we are doing Savikalpa. So we are doing Lokiya Savikalpa, Jnana.
Yes.
All that we are learning is to how to be in the world.
Correct. With the wrong assumption that we will be there long.
No, not wrong assumption. We are in right assumption that we want to continue in this world.
Yeah, continue in this world. But we think that always will continue thinking that this body will be there.
No, no, no,
Your
no,
aging also will
no, no,
forget.
no, 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 no. The body is not going to be there. Everybody knows. But deep within, we want to continue with a new body.
Again come back. Yes. Because we have desire.
We all know that we are going to die. That is, every person knows. There is no person who is having any doubt. But the difference here is that person knows that he will get a good life. And he wants that. So the consciousness again gets established wherever possible.
Okay, I'm adding for tomorrow discuss one more example. I am a thief, for example. Okay, as of today's land of rule of land, I am thief. But I know that the Jamindar who was there having a lot of money, I have taken money from him away because I was working there throughout my life. But what he has compensated is low. Okay. But I have taken some wealth, thinking that I have applied my own logic, not the rule of this land. But as per this rule of this land, I am thief because they will put me behind the bars. But my mind says I have done the right thing. Maybe like Naxalites. I have taken the wealth which I have worked very hard. That guy did not. He was enjoying his life. Me and my whole family was working for him only. Now I have taken away. But my mind says I am not a thief. I have taken away. Fine. So it is not Papa, right? We will discuss tomorrow.
Yeah, sure. We'll do that. Okay then. We'll meet tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you, Lars.
Okay.
Thanks
Thank
a
you.
lot. Bye.
Bye. Bye.